Cool. Thanks for joining again. So next up we have Chris, who is a serial founder. You've scaled up 2 businesses, one of which, as you put it before, was a unicorn before there were unicorns, which I like the description of. You're now an angel investor, advisor, and coach for founders on their own startup journeys. But what we're here to talk about today, very interestingly, is how martial arts have influenced that journey and how you conceive of a founder's mentality from that position. Yep. Super interesting topic. First off, though, as kind of background, can you talk us through your extensive entrepreneurial journey, kind of whiz us through it?
Okay, everybody can hear me? Okay, I'll try to be short because we don't have a lot of time. Very quick background. I started at 19 at a bank, and I had an idea to make a little program to make a process a little bit better. And my boss told me to shut up and go back to my seat. And I thought this is not where I should be. So I met the founder of a company called Bing Bank in 2000. And we started with 6 people in a very small room. We grew that to a company in 4 countries, 200 million in revenues, 100 million profit, and we listed that on the stock exchange. And we left when it was 1.1 billion euro in 2008. I then went to Silicon Valley, looked around. I saw the cloud, and I had an idea to put a bank in the cloud. And I started this company in 2009. I was a little bit early with that. I got 744 rejections. So for 3 years, I went all over Europe trying to sell this product. And I got a lot of, wow, that's an amazing idea. And I said, you want to become a customer? They said, hell no. Or I had also like, oh, this is a very, very good idea. So you want to become a customer? Yeah, sure. When you have 10 clients, call me. So we almost ran out of money 2 months before we were bankrupt. And then one bank said, you know what, we'll give you guys a shot. And that's where it started. And we scaled that to 450 people in 6 countries. And I sold that in beginning of 2019. And I was done being someone's boss or a stakeholder or someone's bitch, whatever. I was done. So today I do other things. I'm an angel investor in tech companies. I'm a non-executive board member. And I coach sometimes CEOs. Mm-hmm. That's the short version.
No, that's great. Super interesting. And within this journey, you must have been very busy. But when did you first get interested in martial arts? How did that come into the mix?
Well, I actually started doing martial arts as a teenager because I was very insecure and I was afraid that someone would kick my ass. And that happened. So I thought.
Which martial arts specifically are we talking?
I've been doing Thai boxing for about 25 years. Mm-hmm. So about 3-4 times a week. So even though I'm 47, I can still throw down here and there. So I started doing that to become more disciplined, stronger, more secure of myself. And so I've been doing that for a long time.
And at what point did you realize that there were lessons from the kind of martial arts mentality that are applicable to business? When did that realization happen?
Well, I was actually very scared to start my own business. I was very afraid of failure, and I read all these things online that 90% of all businesses fail. So I thought, well, if the chances of failing are so big, and I probably will fail, then I want to do everything that I can that is quite easy to do to have bigger chances of succeeding. And I thought that a couple of martial arts things that you can do were a big anchor, would be my anchor, where I always came back to start this entrepreneurial journey. Mm-hmm. So I'm extremely disciplined, and I do a lot of things that are rooted into the core of martial arts.
And so when you coach founders and CEOs today, you take some of that mentality, is that right?
Yes, for sure.
What lessons do you put onto them? How does that work?
I'll give you I first ask them, what do they do when they wake up? And a lot of people say, oh, I take coffee. I say, well, coffee is actually not the best thing to do in the morning, right? So I say, if I wake up, I do 20 push-ups. So I start every morning by doing something that I don't want to do. And that's already a little victory. And or I tell people, and they say, well, 20 push-ups is a lot. It's okay, do 1 squat. Takes 1 second. And so I try to every morning when I wake up to start the day in a positive way, to get my mind into a positive mindset. If I talk to my father-in-law, I said, hey, how are you? Yeah, what a day. I'm prepared, I'm ready to die. I was like, well, so you're 70, you can have another 20 good years. So I try every morning to start with something very positive, do something that I don't like to do. And I have all these little habits that I incorporate into my life to have bigger chances of success. Knowing that 90% will fail, then let's try to beat the odds a little bit.
Do you think you'd be living that kind of life if you weren't a founder? Is this particularly optimized for business strength, or should we all be more like that?
I don't know. I mean, for me, it's a way of life. I see a lot of founders that don't live, let's say, that life, that do different things. And I mean, I have a sports background. I don't know any Olympian winning the Olympics with just talent. Yeah. They all work really, really hard. They watch their diets. They have a certain way. They have a good sleep. They don't get drunk every night. And so I incorporated that life into the life of being a founder CEO. So I had a boxing gym in my office, and I would take founders boxing to see when there's it's a little bit difficult, and see if they have perseverance, grit, and I do that in my coaching sessions as well.
What are some of the reactions?
Well, most of people like it because they kind of know that I do that, and if they don't, then it's not a match.
Is it about, because are you saying that all founders should get involved in martial arts, or is this about finding something for each individual where they can take discipline and strength from?
Yeah, it's that second. Is what I think everyone should have an anchor, kind of like an anchor to go back to stay focused, stay disciplined, have kind of like your anchor, your mantra of the things that you do to become more successful. And it's all these little things that add up. It's like the compounding interest of all these little things. Being on time, being prepared, dressed to the occasion, being interested, having good positive energy. A lot of people come and the sales office, they are late. If someone is late, I'm done. I leave. When you come in someone's office, it looks like a fraternity house. If I would be, I would think, hey, if you're treating your office like that, you're gonna treat me as a client like that. So we always said when people come to our office, they could eat off the floor.
Okay.
So it's all these little things that you can do and that are different for everyone. I'm not saying that my way is the way, but I think that you can have all these little disciplines, and there's a difference between a should and a must. So if you say, I should do this, and I should become more like that, and I should wake up early, and then you don't. But if it becomes a must for you, I said, if I will fail, I will be 100% sure that I've done everything in my power, and then I will accept failure. If I fail, I fail. Then I'm 190%. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I will never fail and then look myself in the mirror, I should have done this. So I'm extremely disciplined, and I also look for other people to be like that if I coach them or invest in them.
Because when we talked before this, you talked about how a founder's job is also to inspire that discipline and rigor in the team. What should that look like practically in the office? How should a founder inspire that in other people?
Well, I think lead by example. Right? So I think if you lead by example, then the right people will follow you and like that. So I had a meeting. I think I was really good at sales because I signed all these big banks, and then someone said, "Oh, can you help us? Because we're behind our target." I said, "Okay, I'll be at your office at 9." So I was there 8:30, and there was no one. And I went in, and it was dirty, and everybody came in about 9:15. It's like, but that's our mentality. So I said, "Okay, goodbye." I left.
Okay.
And the founder himself came 9:20. And I had another conversation with a founder that said, I don't like people working from home Well, probably because he doesn't trust them. So I don't want people working at home. And by the way, I'm going to Singapore for a month. I'm going to work from there. See you guys later.
I was
like,
wondering
what part of bad leadership don't you understand?
Yeah. No, I was going to say, I was wondering where the work from home aspect comes into this kind of. I imagine I personally find it harder to be disciplined and rigorous when I'm.
So what do you do when you
going
wake up?
Into the office.
What's the first thing you do?
I try to go on a run, but I don't always.
There you go.
Don't always manage
you shoot.
it,
I shoot run.
Yeah.
Even if it's 5 minutes, stand up, do it.
Yeah. No, that's.
And you'll have every day a little bit. You'll feel confident. You'll feel happy. You'll feel proud of yourself. And step by step, you'll get better at everything that you do.
Yeah. It's true. No, I
so
will. After
I have your email address, and I'll text you tomorrow morning.
I'll be.
Get your ass out of bed and go running.
No, I will be frantically running. Last question before I turn to the audience. So think of some questions. We talked also before about the fact that we're in a downturn. This is not the most kind of optimistic era, perhaps, for tech. What are some of the lessons you could take from martial arts, from the martial arts mindset for this particular moment?
Well, I think it's even more important now to be like that because it's more difficult to get funding. It's more difficult to get clients. There's more people having smaller budget. So it's even more important. So someone is doing sales. So where are you going? I'm going to company X. Okay, who are the people on their board? What did they do? Where they grow up? Where did they went to school? What do they find important? What do they say about themselves? What can you read about them? How are their annual figures? What's their strategy? Who are their board members? Who are the investors? What they do? All these questions we knew from every potential client. We knew them better than they knew themselves. So being extremely disciplined and extremely structured and extremely dig in there.
Yeah.
So that's always my. I think a lot of people are behind schedule, and then they think, "Oh, I should do." No. You do it. Or you don't.
Yeah, and I guess the other lessons about having something that grounds you outside of your business come into play even more in this moment. Is that right?
It will. I think it will help. It doesn't have to be martial arts. It can be. I meditate every day, and it was. This is a personal story. My brother, has a lot of stress and a lot of high cortisol, and he says, but I'm not spiritual. Should I wait until you're done, buddy? Should I wait? I'm joking. So I said to him, you wanna? He said, I should meditate. I said, all right, we'll do it. Watch. Done. You've done it. One. Let's go to breakfast.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to do. But we'll do it every day, just a little bit, and we'll get better. So, so you don't have to be.
You're right. It's not always.
It's all these little baby steps.
Yeah.
So I started martial arts. I sucked at it. I didn't have a natural talent for it. But after 25 years, I'm good. Mm-hmm. But not because I want to be good. It's my anchor.
Yeah.
Find your anchor that will get you to become better at whatever you do.
It's a good message. Do we have questions? We've got this mic I can throw to you, but I'm nervous in my ability, so there we go.
Hi. My name is Beth Massa. I'm the founder of Ozarka. We do reusable packaging. When I think about leadership as a CEO, I think that my most important priority, or my most important task is prioritization. And then leadership and everything else falls under that. And just listening to you talk, I'd love to hear how you differentiate between extreme discipline and being maybe overly rigid.
I think that's a very good question. I don't know. It's just the way I'm wired. I think being extremely disciplined will make you more successful at whatever you do. So also in a prioritization, we were very, very rigid in that. So this is the top 3 of things we do. That's the only thing we do. And so we had like a to-do list of 200 items. And we said, but whatever we do with grit and perseverance. So we only take the top 3 and we'll finish those. And then we'll look at the others. So we were very, very disciplined also in picking our priorities. So I think you can't be too rigid. But again, it has to also suit yourself. I mean, there's more ways to roam. It's a way that might help someone become better or more successful. It's not the way. Does that help?
Does that help?
I'd love to have a follow-up question, but I know there are other questions.
We can take still one over here. Let's do quick follow-up then over there. Then we're probably done.
So that where is there room in your world for flexibility or pivoting when, rigidity might be, at some point a risk more than it is an asset?
Well, I think when you're failing, then you should be open to something else. I mean, when I started, I thought private banks would be the ideal customer. We signed some very big insurance companies. I didn't think of that at the beginning. So I pitched at like 50 private banks, and they were all like, yeah, great. But, no follow-up. And so I thought, all right, you know what? I'll give it to... My software was between 2 and 3 million a year. I said, you know what? I really want a private bank. I'll give it to you for free of charge. 5-year contract. They said, yeah, let's think of it. We'll think of it. We'll come back to you. All right, we came back. All right, we're wrong. So we have like these moments for reflection. And that's also part of martial arts. I mean, I can talk about it forever. But so where we did have reflection to see like, are we on the right track? And we were, when we weren't, we couldn't be too rigid. I was a little bit more rigid. So instead of doing it after 25 private banks, I did it after 50. But yeah, when I started offering my software for free and they still didn't want it, we switched and went to another target audience.
There was a question. I don't know how long we can take one more. Thank you.
Hello, Chris. Actually, I'm going to stand so you can see me. I'm one of your fans, actually, on LinkedIn. I like what you post. And I do a martial art. I used to do, but I'm also founder of SP2, a digital services provider in the Netherlands. I find it difficult to balance that what I have to do a lot of work at the same time. I find martial art is like something very difficult to do side of my work, so I had to quit. So, but I miss it. I want to do it, and it's my passion. But I don't want to keep on saying next month or next year or something, and then I will never do it. But same time, I don't want to work less and lose my opportunity to grow my company.
You want a tip?
Please, yeah, of course.
What time you wake up?
8:30.
8:30?
When I'm working from home, yes.
No, you got to be 8:30?
Yeah, when I'm working from home, yes, yeah.
I wake up 6:30. What do you mean 8:30?
I can wake up at 5.
What?
No worries.
All right, wake up half hour earlier. Go train.
If you say 5 o'clock, I will give you a like at 5 o'clock in the morning. You'll get
Okay, but I mean, come on, buddy. 8:30. You're a founder. You have your own company. 8:30.
Yeah, I know, but I work till late. I work till 1 or 2 o'clock.
I will go to bed earlier and get up earlier.
Okay, yeah.
That's the easiest question in years. Wake up at 7. Go train for an hour.
Okay, I will ask you again in 6 months and see how it goes.
Okay. We'll go train together, free of charge.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you get your ass out of bed.
Sure, definitely.
8:30. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's nice. Thank you.
But I'm serious. Where do you live?
Amsterdam North.
Okay. Well, you come to me with my trainer. I have a very good trainer. I train every morning, every Monday morning, 8 a.m. I have 1 hour Thai boxing. Send me a message.
Sure.
You'll come and we'll train you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Of course,
nice.
free of charge.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Nice.
Can I ask?
Cool.
Anyone else waking up at 8:30, being a founder?
I think we're all going to be
about 9,
worriedly
9,
waking up
10-ish.
early tomorrow. That's probably all we've got time for, isn't it? But one more. Okay, cool. Down at the front. Is the mic?
Go for it. I hear you.
Okay, cool.
But they don't.
Yeah, but I'll say it again.
Hey, Chris. You describe your routine. Looks lots of discipline, rigid. I'm wondering, for some people, like for me, I got a big problem to solve. When I'm not doing anything, I just go walk at the beach or in the woods. I normally get the insight I needed. if I push, I don't get it. So I do this space. Walk in the woods, people look at me, oh, God, this is not going to go anywhere, this guy. Because I'm at the beach, just relaxed, or just walking. I'm wondering from where you get your insights, if you have a space for your insights, or how do you to manage to when you're dealing in a very complex situation?
I do exactly the same.
Okay.
I have 2 German Shepherd dogs. I just showed you, and I take them to the beach. I walk alone as well. When I sold my company, I sold it to MPM Capital. There was a deadlock, and instead of taking a step forward, I did the same. I took a step back. I took my dogs. I went walking for 2.5 hours, and I got an idea after 2.5 hours. And I called them back. How do we? If we do it like this, then it's fine. So I think it's also part of that discipline. I only said a little bit about my routine, but I do those things as well. Go walk alone, and so if people has to find kind of like an anchor of what works for them, but it's something I do as well with my 2 German Shepherd dogs that scare the shit out of people when they see them, but they're very, very sweet. They see the dog, oh shit, let's go that way.
I also have a Shepherd dog, so I know how it is.
Oh, so you know, yeah.
Great. Sorry, we don't have time for any more questions. But
Well, I'm gonna stay around here. I'm gonna stay. So if anyone wants to ask me a question, I'm here.
Perfect. Thank you.
Cool.
Super interesting. Great.
Thank you. And tomorrow morning,
I will.
you go running.
I promise. Yeah, now I'm too scared not to, I'll be.